1964, Eyes of the Storm, authored by McCartney, was released in June. Beatlemaniacs who greeted the Fab Four during the band's first jaunt to America recently recalled the excitement of that time in their lives. In a series of conversations filmed at Books and Books in Miami, Beatles fans reminisced about the band's visit to the city while flipping through pages of images in Paul McCartney's new book 1964, Eyes of the Storm. Everybody loved the Beatles, Michelle Krinsman, who was 14 in 1964, says in the video. They were a phenomenon. There were other groups, but there was nothing like the Beatles. Arlene Saipan, who was 18 in 1964, says Beatlemania started for her because of a photo shoot she did at a car show. The photographer who took the photographs of me asked me if I would like to meet the Beatles, and of course the answer was yes. Another fan, Mitchell Kaplan, who was 9 in 1964, felt like the book took him back in time and opened his eyes. It made me understand even more just how meaningful the Beatles' appearance in Miami actually was. Then when you look through e-book and you see Miami through Paul's eyes, it's a Miami I remember, he explains. One of the Beatlemaniacs, K. Sims Wilson, who was 9 in 1964, discussed a black and white photo of the Beatles touching down in Miami. The plane came in, and then the next thing I know, my stepfather said, "Come on out." So we went out of the terminal, walked over on the tarmac next to the limousine, and the Beatles came down the stairs and got into the car. I've heard there were 7,000 people. I felt like I was standing there by myself. Krinsman later finds a photo of the band playing basketball and wonders where they were shooting hoops before the memory of the location comes back to her. It was probably a house on North Bay Road right on the water. You can tell by the foliage, you can tell by the house, it was definitely North Bay Road. 1964, Eyes of the Storm, released in June via W. Norton and Company, details the band's first transatlantic trip with largely unseen photographs that captured the explosive period in their career.